So my name is Tim Ford Jr. and I moved over to the continent of Africa 5 years ago, and I've been using my journey to tell people what's really going on over here on the ground and teach them some of the geopolitical landscape and give them a deeper understanding of what's going on, what we're dealing with on the grand scale. But today I want to talk about my concerns and give a brief analysis about my perspective and where I think society may be headed. Marginalized communities, especially African Americans, we've historically felt the impact of surveillance and state control first. So these type of conversations matter. We have to talk about these type of things. We have to really not turn a blind eye to what's really going on and have the conversation about the truth of the matter and not be afraid to really speak about, hey, this is what's really going on, and we must have this necessary conversation. Now, why are these fears not random? I want to give you guys some historical context as to why I feel the way that I feel. We have to think about the past examples of redlining, the redlining situation that our people have to deal with, overpricing in certain areas, and the COINTELPRO, etc., etc. We can go down the list and talk about the different things that they put in place in terms of safety, and at the end of the day ends up hurting us in the long run. Now, most times when you see expanding surveillance or restrictive laws today, it raises alarms because history shows that systems rarely affect everyone equally. There's always someone who gets the worst of the situation that they put in place. So it's always 9 times out of 10 been us. Now, there have been new laws put in place that are quote unquote cracking down on some of the things that go on within that society. I'm going to go down this list. I want you guys to comment and let me know, who does this sound like or who does it affect? There's been a growing number of local governments making it harder to do these things. Number 1, sleep in your vehicle. Number 2, park overnight. Number 3, live off grid with a tiny home, RVs, or alternative power. Who does this sound like? It sounds like people who are trying to come up for themselves, trying to get out of the system, trying to not be a part of everything, trying to build their own thing. They are making it harder for you to be in that environment and try to go off into your own thing. They are trying to criminalize poverty. And on top of that, they're trying to reduce autonomy, and they're trying to make more people dependent on centralized utilities. They've been doing this for centuries. We should be used to this move because we've been living through this as a people. One example we have is the housing inequality that we face in America currently right now as we speak, and the zoning laws. We can't forget about how certain zoning laws have been put in place to essentially control where people live and what the price is in certain areas. And on top of all this, there has been a rise in the increase of people getting digitalized and put into the system on the digital aspect. We got the digital IDs coming into place, and we got the biometric authentication. More and more banks are saying mobile only banking now, and a lot of government benefits right now are tied to digital platforms. Now, some people, especially my people within the Hebrew Israelite or the Christian community, they fear that this could evolve into a system where access to resources depends on digital compliance. And we all know what that means and what the term a lot of our people like to use, the mark of the beast. Now, I don't like to claim what the mark of the beast is, or I know what it is, because there's been so many different things in the past that this is the mark of the beast. Oh, that is the mark of the beast. They said when the dollar came out, that was the mark of the beast. They said when the internet came out, that was the mark of the beast. Every 10 years, something else is claimed to be the mark of the beast. So who knows? But when it comes, we will know. But yeah, that is how some of the people feel, and that is some of the projections and things that they are saying about the digitalization and how things are going in the direction everything is headed in that environment. And we can't forget about Agenda 2030 when they said you will own nothing and be happy. Agenda 2030 goals focus on sustainability, but many people worry about how these policies could be interpreted or implemented. And with more and more corporate consolidation going on and the rising housing costs, it seems like it'll be a future where individuals own less property. Land is concentrated in the hands of corporations and governments. We have to really think about this and really start examining what's going on. We cannot own nothing. You have to own something. You have to have some land. If you don't have anything during these times right now, please figure out how to get you a plot of land somewhere If it's not America, come over here to Africa. If it's not Africa, go somewhere and figure out how you need to get land, because that is the ultimate way for us to be able to build wealth, however you want to say it. That is the easiest way for us to be able to build wealth and gain independence for ourselves. If we have our own piece of land, if we're able to build on our own type of thing. So please, if you don't do nothing else, don't be happy with not owning anything. Figure out how you can own something and do exactly what you need to do to get that done and taken care of. We see that they are closing the doors in certain areas and making laws to put things in place that are illegal for you if you're trying to get off the grid. Come on now. We have to start thinking strategically and have your own things in place and really move with wisdom, because so many people, they get so woke and they don't want to really follow wisdom and give Caesar's what's Caesar's, Give them what's his, play the game the way it's supposed to be played, but move with wisdom, because it's ultimately up to you. You have the choice. You can choose to go this way or you can choose to go that way, but at the end of the day, it's all up to you. There's going to be surveillance in place. There's cashless systems already in place. There's restrictions on how you can live and what you can do. And there are data-driven policies. Data-driven policies that we put in place. If they're going to be recording everything, if they're going to be watching you, it could end up like China, where they're able to tax you based off certain things because they watched you do it on camera. So where is society really going? Where is society really going? Independence is being discouraged. Our people are owning less, literally owning less and less. And it seems like they're being happy about it. But I know deep down they're not. So where is this ultimately going? Everything is starting to be run through a monitored, centralized system. So what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? We have options. We have other places we can go. We have other things we can do. We don't have to continue to stay in these type of situations if we know that we can put ourselves in better situations. So what are you going to do? History has shown that communities with fewer resources are usually the first affected by housing restrictions, digital barriers, policing of public spaces. So we must stay aware, informed about what's really going on, and paying attention to the laws that's being put in place and what that really means for us and how we're able to move around and do things, and get to understand the different policies that's put in place. They may seem harmless until you really start looking into it and really get an understanding of what they're trying to implement and put in place. It look harmless in the beginning, but as you continue to look at it, as you continue to really study it and see what the long-term implications are, it really isn't good for you. So we got to really start taking a look at these things, understanding what system we're in, understanding what we're dealing with, understanding how we need to move during these times, understanding that we have options, but we have to prepare ourselves. We can't just not prepare. This is serious times. A lot of our people are preparing, so I'm very proud to see that. I'm seeing more and more comments about our people making moves, our people figuring things out. Our people are boldly getting themselves in position and not just having their hands out. So I'm glad to have these type of conversations. I'm getting more and more people reaching out to me about the continent of Africa, trying to move over here to Dar es Salaam and trying to learn things and get connected and get integrated into the system and come over here and build. So there are things moving. There are people making it happen, but it needs to be more. We need to get ourselves set up properly and do things in a way that we are not tied and getting caught up in those things that they have going on. We have other options. But if you're someone who's trying to come over here to the continent of Africa, my wife and I, we're starting a 6-week boot camp again. This is our second cohort. We finishing up our first one coming up in a few weeks. But for the past 6 odd weeks, we've been working together and having conversations, and they've been getting some great information about how to come over here to the continent of Africa, how to get connected into the community, what you should do in the business world, how you should run your business, how you should employ people, how to overcome cultural barriers, how to find which businesses to operate, what are their gifts, how to move. There's been so many things that we've discussed, and it's been an honor to be able to help those who are trying to come and do the same thing. So if you're trying to figure out what you need to do to come over to the continent of Africa, join us for our 6-week boot camp coming up. We'll We'll have an accountability group where we meet on WhatsApp every day. We can talk. We have a direct connection to each other, but we will meet weekly via Zoom to talk about some of the important things that you need to know to come over here successfully. So if you're trying to come over here to the continent of Africa, make sure you join us for our boot camp. We'll put the link down in the description box so you guys can join us, all right? And if you made it to this point in the video, thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. I hope this video was able to bring you some value and you start thinking. Start moving accordingly. Don't get caught slipping. That's what we say. Don't get caught slipping, okay? Understand that we have to move with wisdom. I've said that a lot. Move with wisdom. Get things in order, and we'll be okay, all right? Y'all stay focused out there. Y'all keep the shalom peace. And if you want one-on-one support, click the link down in the description box. I have time set aside to help those who are serious about getting help with coming to the continent of Africa. Y'all be safe out there. Y'all keep the shalom peace, all right? Stay focused. Shalom.